Hello everyone, my name is Wayne, and in this episode I'm going to share with you guys the value of using transcripts and give you 5 useful tips on how it can improve your edit and help you in your overall project. Also in this episode, I'm going to share with you guys how to get free transcription using Adobe Premiere Pro and teach you all how to use Premiere's super useful text-based editing feature. A little bit about me, I'm a full-time video editor by trade, and on the side, I'm super passionate about filming and editing videos for nonprofits. And in both of those gigs, the main genre I work on is mini documentary, where cutting interviews is super important and where transcripts become invaluable in crafting a great piece. To get started, let me show you how to transcribe interviews in Premiere first, so we can work with something. In Premiere, there are 2 ways to generate a transcript. You can either enable transcription on import by going to Premiere Pro, then Settings, then Transcription, and by checking the box Automatically Transcribe Clips. In the drop-down, you'll have 2 options. You can either transcribe only the videos in your sequence, or you can transcribe all your imported videos. Or the second way, and how I like to do it, because sometimes Premiere gets wonky when you transcribe everything in a big project, is just to do it manually. You can do that by right-clicking the clips you want transcribed and selecting Transcribe. Now in this dialog box, you can select the language you are transcribing and also whether you want your speakers separated. For example, if you have 2, it will be labeled Speaker 1 and Speaker 2. Then just click Transcribe. Now to see your transcripts, you can go to the top right of your screen and find the text-based editing workspace. Now if you want to turn your transcript into a Word doc to share or print, all you have to do is go to the ellipses on the top right of this window and select Export to Text File. You'll then get a TXT version, which now you can convert to a doc file if you'd like. Now that we have our transcripts, let's dive into tip number 1, which is transcripts can help you know your interview assets better. Reading your transcripts before you edit can help you learn your interview clips better, and knowing your interviews inside and out can help you mentally formulate, weave, and connect your storyline more creatively and efficiently. Using markers on Premiere or highlighting and annotating on paper can further help you in this stage. Tip number 2. Having transcripts allow you to do a paper edit. Now that you've highlighted great quotes and noted important parts in your story covered in tip 1, now you can easily do a paper edit. You can map out different themes or beats in your story and note quotes that might work for each section. This essentially can act as your rough outline. Tip number 3. Transcripts can save you a lot of time. Reading passages or block quotes is a lot faster than watching the actual audio or video interviews. Looking for a word or a sentence using word search is also a lot faster than scrubbing through your timeline. Premiere makes this even faster when we use its text-based editing feature. Again, to access it, go to the top right of your screen, click on the rectangle, and select the text-based editing workspace. Or you can simply select it here if you have your workspace tabs open. In this workspace, essentially you are viewing your interviews in a text-based format. And similar to a Word doc, when you do a word search, what's cool about this tool is if you click on a word,
artists working together, but over time,
it will take you directly to the exact time of where that word is in your video, making it a lot easier to mark or pull a quote. Tip number 4. Transcripts can help your subjects sound better. I believe when it comes to finessing your A-roll, editing a sentence, word, or even on a syllable level, is where transcripts become invaluable. For example, let's listen to this quote.
Her Resilience is a collaborative effort and an art-based activist project where we are commemorating, celebrating, and honoring the lives of women who have been affected by violence in our area, but we're also hoping to open a larger dialogue about what we can do to eradicate this violence.
Now, love this quote, however, she kind of stumbled on the word based. Let's listen again.
Her Resilience is a collaborative effort and an art-based activist project.
From reading her transcripts and knowing what I have, I know she answered this question twice and repeated that word earlier in the interview. So if we look at our transcript and do our word search, we should be able to pinpoint where it is and check if she delivered it better.
It's an art-based effort to begin a dialogue. An art-based effort to
I think that sounds good. What I'm gonna do now is mark an in and an out point on the word based and do an override edit in the timeline.
based activist project where we are committing effort in an art-based activist project. An art-based activist project where we are commemorative effort in an art-based activist project.
I think that sounds way better. And if we add B-roll, this is how it's going to sound and look like.
Her Resilience is a collaborative effort in an art-based activist project where we are commemorating, celebrating, and honoring the lives of women who have been affected by violence in our area, but we're also hoping to open a larger dialogue.
Tip number 5. Transcripts can make collaboration much easier. Transcripts is also invaluable when there's a team involved, when sometimes a team member has an input on what quotes should be included, or if a stakeholder needs to weigh in on important points that should be highlighted on a piece. Sending transcripts is a great way for them to review assets available to the team. So to wrap up, regardless where you get your transcripts from, whether from a regular transcription service or Premiere, using transcripts can be extremely useful. This is widely used in professional audio and film productions, and learning how to use it is definitely a great skill to learn. Alright y'all, I hope you guys learned something. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.